Hello, hello. Hi there. Let's see if I can find myself on my iPad. Check the volume. Okay, that's working. See if I can pull up the comments. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you'll get a couple of people joining us live today. Just kind of last minute, thought I would jump on and do a quick live. Just gonna make another page in my Hello You art journal. So I have one blank page left and I wanted to just get that completed. So I have a few things pulled out and ready to go. This should be fairly quick today. I'm just gonna try out a new paint that I have, and I'm going to show you a trick on using the big journal phrase stamp set. That's all one big piece. I'm going to show you how to just get one of those stamps, one of those sentiments stamped. I'm going to show you a neat little trick for that. So I'm going to go ahead and flip things around and get started. So definitely, oh, that's the wrong button. I almost hit end live video. Oh my. Okay, let's get this done. We're going to go right there. So I'm zoomed in a fair bit. So you should be able to see easily what I'm going to be doing. And drop a little note, say hi. Let me know where you're joining from. And so I'm going to start by just getting this paint put onto my page first. So I'm going to put it pretty thin so it should dry really quickly. So I just picked this up. I've never used it, so I just cracked it open. It's called Unicorn's Hair from Finnabair, Art Alchemy Sparks, but the color is Unicorn's Hair. So let's give that a try. It's pretty cool looking. It's kind of gold. And this journal has got lots of gold embellishments in it, so I thought that would work really nicely. So I'm just going to dip in here and get a little bit on my tool, and I'm just going to drag it across. So it's very sparkly. So I was initially going to maybe use a stencil, and then because this is so thin, I'm not sure, it would end up being really thick if I used a stencil. So I didn't want to waste a lot of time waiting for it to dry. So yes, it is technically a paint. So that's why it's thin. So I thought this would be the best method to just give it a nice scrape along here. I'm not really worried about the center because I am going to put a big die cut on there. Just going to get a couple of spots a little bit thicker. And I don't know, that's about it. So I just wanted to add a little something to this page, and then we're going to set that aside to let that dry off and then clean up this mess. So I see quite a few eyeballs popping on. I don't see any comments, so just pop a little note in there and say hi so I can see if my comments are in fact working, please. Let me know where you're watching from today. I am in Barrie, Ontario, and we are finally starting to get some decent weather here. So I don't know about you, but we had a horrible winter and spring has not been much better. So we've had a couple of super hot days and then a couple of very cold days again. So yeah, it's been a little bit crazy here. So this is the journal that I'm going to be putting it in. So I did this quite a while back on a live on the Elizabeth Crafts design page. Sorry, the Elizabeth Craft Designs page. This is a napkin, and then all of these videos on the insides I think pretty much were live. This was the last one I did. A bunch of tags. I'd put paste on here and it took forever to dry, so I couldn't really finish it during the live, but anyway, I did finish it up and post the pictures. Just some fun little elements in this art journal. It uses the Hello You collection from Elizabeth Craft Designs by David Rodenberg. Okay, so I just need to set this out of the way because I don't want it to get on anything. So I've got this lovely, it's called the Ice Doily. I had made it a while ago and then never actually did anything with it. So I've had it in my stash for a while. So I just cut the gold with the die, and then I'm pretty sure, no, that one has the layering die. So anyway, I've had this in my stash. I'm like, I need to use this. So the theme of this little album is kind of like a winter theme. All the pictures are in the winter. So I thought that would suit. And then I pulled out Journal Phrases 6 because it has a bunch of Christmassy fall sayings. And I really like this one at the bottom, a beautiful magical season. So I'm going to stamp that. But rather than stamp the whole thing, I'm just going to stamp that one sentiment. So I'm going to show you a little trick on how I do that. So I've done it before when I just wanted like one or two of these. So I have this nice skinny block. So this is what really the trick that makes it work. You can use any size block that is going to fit, but this one is a really nice size. And basically I'm just going to put it on and I'm going to fold my stamp over like this. And so I will get some of these other sentiments, but I'm going to cut it out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it just, then I don't have to stamp the whole thing and waste, well, not really waste, but just have it all sitting in my stash forever. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right at the bottom because that is the sentiment that I want. And I'm just kind of rubbing this just to make sure that the ink is going to grip on there nicely. And then I have some foam. That's what I put on the back of all of my stamps because you know the plastic that they come in? So hard to get on and off. So I just take it off and get rid of it. I keep, of course, the cover sheet. That I keep. But then I just keep my stamp on this. And then I just have a scrap paper right there. And I realize I did not spray my ink chamois, but that's okay. So make sure we can see everything on the screen here. So I'll just pull this over. So it's just as close to my heart ink pad. Of course, they're gone now, but I have all of them in my stash still, and they're just my go-to inks. And then I'm just going to hold this here. I'm going to get that inked up, and I can make sure that it's on. Sorry, I'm going to grab this scrap. I'm going to do that again because I feel like that got a little bit distorted. There we go. Just because the way I put it on there. Okay. Try that again. Ink that up. Looks kind of awkward. And then just line that up on that piece of paper, cardstock. There we go. So there, now I just have the one sentiment instead of a whole bunch. I have quite the collection of these sentiments because I've stamped them multiple times in different colors and cut out the ones that I wanted. And then I have lots of them left over that I haven't used yet. So that's why I just wanted to do the one today. Give that a clean, the worst of the ink off there. I don't usually use a baby wipe, but I forgot to wet my stamp chamois. So I'm using a baby wipe. Okay. So then I can put this back and then I will show you, like I said, the foam. Then my stamp goes on the foam, and then I have these envelopes, and I just put that away in there. And then it goes in a little container, and I have them all labeled. Okay, so that's all done, and then we're just going to fussy cut this out. Going to be a quick live today, basically just waiting on that paint to dry. Very, very simple, straightforward page, and no need to get too extravagant on it. Nothing wrong with a simple page. It's the cover page, so that's why I'm using this big ice doily die on it, because I've used up all my pictures from the one little outing that we had. Okay, and then I am going to ink distress the edges. So I picked up this coffee archival ink recently, and I'm liking the color of that. So I've used it quite a bit lately, although that's not the color that I used on the edge of this, which I just remembered. So let's just put that away and grab out my s'mores. So I don't, oh, there's a few comments. I don't know why they don't pop up. Hey, Rebecca. Glad you could join today. I just need to grab my ink daubers here. What have I got? That one's gray. There's my brown one. So I did this before because I'm so used to using that lighter color all the time, but in this journal I had decided to use this darker brown. So we'll just have a bit of both. And often I don't leave the white cardstock anyway, and I might ink that. So we'll see. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that back. Yeah, I think I will ink this in the darker. Just because then that will give it a little bit more of a pop from that background. Because the background is definitely closer in color to that other lighter coffee ink that I was using, so this will help it pop better anyway. Facebook has certainly been acting a little bit strange with live videos lately. I know I've watched a few people doing live videos, including David did one. I think it was Monday or last week. I don't even know what day it is. And I know he couldn't see the comments on Facebook. Facebook does weird things, but it's okay. I can see them when I touch it, assuming that there aren't any other ones. And I can always pop over here and just double check. And I don't see any other ones that I've missed. Okay, so let's see if this is dry. A little bit tacky, but it's basically dry. So that was really quick. So in case you missed it, this is the Finnabair Sparks Unicorn's Hair acrylic paint. So my first time using it, liking that. So this is basically my page. There's really, like I said, a very simple page today. Straightforward. No need to get too fussy or complicated. Just going to get some adhesive added on all of these little points. That was just colored cardstock I had in my stash. I don't even remember what brand it is. Okay, just get that nice and centered. And then I just got to figure out where, if I want that to go right in the middle, and do I want to ink it? So let's just, I'm going to close my page because that page you're not going to see at the same time, but it's going to go here like that. And as I said, this is basically my cover page. I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it looks pretty good, just nice and simple. So I'm not sure that I should put it in the journal just yet, because that paint is, like I said, it's a little bit tacky. So not worried about this sticking to it, of course, because I want it to stick to the page. So just get that nicely centered. Probably would have been easier to use my tweezers. There we go. How's that look? A little bit up here. It's close enough. Wow, and I said it was going to be a quick live. I was thinking 30 minutes. It's been 15. But that's okay. I just wanted to pop on and do this quick little live, and that is my page done in this little journal. So let me find this and flip this around. Look at that. Super quick. Fun little page, little tip there on how to stamp using those Journal Phrases stamps to get the most of your stamps and not waste, sorry, I'm putting the page in, not waste cardstock if you don't want to use the whole thing. There, I'll just leave it, put it in, and I'm just going to leave it open. Just making sure you can see that on the screen. And that's it. But anyway, thanks so much for popping on and joining me. Yes, Rebecca, that is the ice doily from David's collection. So I did notice it's still available. I actually think it was on sale. I know the 3 things I used are available, and one of them was on sale, and I think it was the ice doily that's actually on sale. So if you don't have it, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.